I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Editor-in-Chief of the Gallup poll. This is the Daily Briefing for Wednesday, July the 25th. What percent of Americans say that smoking is not harmful to one's health? You may be surprised at the answer. Let's look at Americans and smoking, something Gallup has been tracking for many years now. In our annual update, how many Americans 18 and over do you think told us they had smoked cigarettes within the last week? The answer, 21%. That's actually down a little. We've typically found in the 20% of Americans who say they've smoked year after year. At one point a few years ago, we had 22%, and it went back up. This 21% this year is actually the lowest that we have found. About 1 out of 5 Americans now saying they smoke. Keep in mind that these are adults 18 and over. It does not measure teenage smoking, and a lot of Americans tell us in the poll that they actually began before the age 16 smoking. Even though the percent of Americans who say they have smoked is not down dramatically, the number of cigarettes people smoke is down. Currently, we have over half of Americans who smoke who say they smoke less than 1 pack a day. At one point, let's go back to 1978, only 34% of Americans who smoked said they smoke less than a pack a day. So clearly, the number of cigarettes that people tell us they smoke is down significantly from what we found several decades ago. Second, we have a lot, but not all of Americans who would like to give up smoking. One might expect that 100% of smokers would tell us, oh, if only I could quit, I would. But we have a lonely 17% of smokers who say, no, thank you very much. Rather defiantly, I would say, I like smoking and I don't want to give it up. 79% of smokers say they are addicted to cigarettes, which seems high, but again, that leaves 1 out of 5 smokers in America today who tell us no, they don't think they're addicted. Presumably, they could quit anytime they wanted to. Finally, I think these data, out of all the ones we collected, may be most interesting. These are questions asking about the harmfulness of smoking. What we find here is that 79% of Americans say that smoking is very harmful to one's health, but that's just 79%. What about secondhand smoking? Even lower numbers, just 56% of Americans at this point say secondhand smoking is very harmful to those in the room. That number is up a little from 1994, but really not all that much change from recent years. Join us tomorrow on the Daily Briefing. We'll look in depth at the relationship between religion, that is how religious one is, and whom one is going to vote for in the election. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Editor-in-Chief of the Gallup poll with Democracy on Demand.